It was the harvest festival, a night of joy, when maidens danced and warriors displayed their strength. The people filled the palace square, laughing, singing, praising their king. But Obachaik, the mighty king, sat uneasy on his golden throne. His eyes roamed the crowd, searching for something, though he could not say what. Then, like a vision, she appeared. A stranger. Curvy as the crescent moon, her waist wrapped in deep red cloth, golden beads shimmering in her braided hair. Her walk was neither hurried nor shy, it was calm, powerful, almost royal. The drums faltered. Conversations died. Every eye turned to her. Who is she? The people whispered. Where has she come from? But the king did not whisper. His chest tightened, his heart thundered like a war drum. For in that single moment, Obachaik forgot his wives, his throne, his power. All he saw was Adana. That night, while the whole palace slept, Obachaik lay restless on his lion-carved bed. Her image haunted him. Her curves. Her silence. Her eyes that seemed to see through flesh into bone. Finally, he could bear it no longer. He summoned his guards. Search every hut, every road, every shadow. Bring me the stranger. Bring me the woman they call Adana. By dawn, they returned with her. She stood in the great hall, calm as moonlight, unshaken by the stares of chiefs and warriors. My king, the guards bowed. She says she is a traveler from the mountains, seeking only rest. But when Adana lifted her eyes to the king, something strange happened. Obachaik, feared by enemies, bowed by nations, trembled like a boy. Adana bowed, but when she spoke, her voice roared like thunder. Great king, do not be deceived. For beauty fades like smoke. But power never dies. The king's voice cracked. Who are you? Adana smiled, her lips curving with mystery. I am the daughter of the ancients. My mother was river. My father was fire. I walk with powers older than this kingdom. Those who love me must be ready to pay the price. The chiefs gasped. The wives trembled. But Obachaik stepped closer. Instead of fear, desire burned in his eyes. Then let the price be mine. For I cannot let you go. Against every warning, Obachaik brought Adana into his chambers. The kingdom murmured. The elders warned. But the king silenced them all. She is mine. And so, Adana's laughter echoed through the palace halls. But in the dark corners, the whispers grew louder. This is no woman. She is a curse in human form. If the king does not break free, her fire will consume us all. And in the dead of night, while the king held her close, Adana's eyes glowed faintly red, like embers waiting to burn. The days rolled into weeks. And slowly, something began to change in Udena. At first, it was a goat that dropped dead in its pen. Then the river slowed, the ground cracked, and the farms turned to dust. Children cried of hunger. Mothers pressed empty breasts against their babies' mouths. Fathers stared helplessly at barren soil. The elders whispered. This is the curse of Ozioma, the witch of the forest. But instead of hope, the people mocked the king's wife. He married her for desire, they spat. What can a curvy stranger do for us? One night, Ozioma came to the edge of the village. Her hair hung in wild ropes, matted with dust. Her skin was dark and cracked like burnt wood. Her eyes glowed like dying coals, and her voice was sharp as broken glass. She raised her crooked staff and laughed bitterly. This land is mine. No womb will bear life, no soil will bear fruit. You will starve until your bones break. The people scattered. Even the strongest warriors bent their heads in fear. But Adana stepped forward. Ozioma's mouth spat fire and smoke. The trees shook, and birds fell silent. But Adana did not tremble. She lifted her hands and spoke, her voice calm but thunderous. Your darkness will not rule here. Return to your cave, witch, for the light has come. Ozioma hissed, her eyes burning red. With a wave of her staff, she sent a black wind rushing toward Adana. The villagers cried out. Mothers pulled their children close. But Adana stood firm. She struck the earth with her palm and declared, "Back to sender." The black wind turned in the air like a snake. It whipped back and slammed into Ozioma with violent force. The witch staggered, screaming as her own curse struck her down. Her staff cracked. Her powers bled into the dust. She fell to her knees, defeated. The next morning, the people awoke to a miracle. The goats bleated in their pens. The hens laid eggs again. The river bubbled with fresh water. The curse was broken. The people wept with joy. They ran to the palace, shouting her name. Adana. Adana. The woman of wisdom. The queen of life. You called her my weakness, but today, she is our salvation. This is not just my wife, this is the mother of our kingdom. And from that day, the name of Adana was written in the songs of the griots, carried from village to village, from fire to fire, as the woman who turned famine into life and curse into blessing. Don't forget to follow on Warner Story.